Good morning students. This is 12th standard botany video class, video 11. In this video, we are going to see the lesson classical genetics. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen only one inheritance, that is polygenic inheritance in wheat kernel. What is polygenic inheritance? Several genes which are combined together to alter the phenotypic ratio or single trait of an organism. That is said to be polygenic interaction is the important 2-mark question. A group of genes that together determine the trait of an organism. Trait means what is that one? Character. Character means morphological character, that is phenotype. That is called a polygenic inheritance. This was demonstrated by H. Nelson and L.A. in the year 1909. They have taken the two different genes with the two alleles. One with red kernel color, another one is the white kernel color. They are crossed. The one gene which are having the different alleles, R1, R1, R2, R2, it is dominant, which is denoted as in capital letter. And another one recessive, small r1, r2, small r1, r1, r2, r2, which is white in color, crossed. We are getting F1 is the medium, red color, kernel. The color of the wheat kernel color is determined by the number of R genes which is present in the genotypic ratio. 4R means that is dark red color, 3R means medium dark red color, 2R genes means medium red kernel, 1R gene means light red color, and no capital R gene means white kernel color. So the first experiment, he has taken two genes. The ratio is 15:1. Dear students, then the scientists also done another experiment with 3 genes which affect the kernel color of wheat. So the experiment done by both the scientists, and the conclusion was made, and they produced another genotypic ratio, that is 63:1. That is 63 red in various color and 1 white in color in the F2 generation. So finally, Nilsson and L.A. concluded that there is no blending of inheritance taken place in the polygenic interaction, but the genes which are segregating individually with independently and recombination is taken place and produce the different color. So only the changes in the phenotypic ratio. So he hypothesized thus two loci of a different gene contribute additively to the kernel color of the wheat. So the contribution of each red allele to the kernel color of wheat is additive. That is polygenic inheritance in wheat. We have seen in the previous video class. Today, we are going to see the extra chromosomal inheritance or extranuclear inheritance or cytoplasmic inheritance. Dear students, kindly note down, is a very important 5-mark question. One of the question will come for the question paper. Either chloroplast inheritance or mitochondrial inheritance. We are going to see in this video. Dear students, DNA is a genetic material which is present in the nucleus, which are used in the different hybridization process of Virchow Johann Mendel, which are showing the inheritance character. But some scientists found that certain character or a trait which is governed by the chloroplast or mitochondrial gene. Chloroplast is a green color plastid which is present in the plant, which is responsible for photosynthetic process. Another cell organelle is mitochondria, which is responsible for cellular respiration. Both of them which are having the DNA in their cytoplasmic region. So, these chloroplast and mitochondria or other cellular organelle is also showing some inheritance. So, this inheritance are named as extranuclear inheritance or extrachromosomal inheritance or cytoplasmic inheritance, because the inheritance which is taken place in cytoplasm of chloroplast or cytoplasm of mitochondria. So these two organelles such as chloroplast and mitochondria, which are act as inheritance vectors, that means they are transmitting the DNA. So it is named as cytoplasmic inheritance. Another 2 mark question. What is cytoplasmic inheritance? The cytoplasmic organelles such as chloroplast and mitochondria, which act as the inheritance vector. So this is called cytoplasmic inheritance. Dear students, in this paragraph, 2 mark question is there. One is, what is extranuclear inheritance? That means the inheritance which is taken place either by the chloroplast or mitochondrial gene, that is known as extranuclear inheritance. That means other than the nucleus, the inheritance is taken place in chloroplast and mitochondria, that is named as extranuclear inheritance. Another question, the cell organelles which is present in the cytoplasm such as chloroplast and mitochondria involves in the inheritance process, that is named as cytoplasmic inheritance. So why it is taken place, this inheritance, in those two cell organelles? Because these two organelles are named as self-autonomous bodies. That is, both of them has the capacity to self-replicate and produce other chloroplast and mitochondria. That's why they are named as self-autonomous bodies. For that they are having the extra chromosomal unit is called plasmogene, which is located in the mitochondria and chloroplast. So this type of inheritance is named as extra chromosomal inheritance. First we are going to see the chloroplast inheritance. This was found in the 4 o'clock plant, that is Mirabilis jalaba. This 4 o'clock plant which are having 2 variegated leaves. That means it contains 2 types of leaves based on the color. One is the dark green leaved plants and the other one is the pale green leaved plant. When the pollen of dark green, that means the dark green leaved plant is act as a male. The pollen of dark green leaved plant is transferred to the stigma of the pale green leafed plant, which is act as a female. And another one, the pollen of pale green leaved plant, that is act as a male. It transferred to the stigma of a dark green leaved plant, which is act as a female. In both the crosses, the F1 generation must be similar, that is identical, as per the laws of Mendelian inheritance, that is law of dominance. But in the reciprocal cross, What is the reciprocal class? The F1 plant differs from each other. In each cross, the F1 plant reveals the character of a plant which is used as the female plant. So in the normal hybrid cross, in the F1 generation is common or identical in both the crosses. That means the parentals are exchanged. But we are doing the reciprocal cross. What is reciprocal cross? That means the parental characters are reversed. The F1 generation are similar. In the F1 generation is are once again crossed. They are showing the variation. That is proved in the chloroplast inheritance. And also the female characteristic feature only expressed in the F1 generation when we are doing the reciprocal cross. That is the only variation we are going to see in the chloroplast inheritance. Dear students, these are all the two different plant with a varied color of a leaf. First one, pale green leaved plant which are act as a male plant, that is pollen is transferred from pale green to dark green. So in the second diagram, they are having the dark green color leaved plant which are having the flower with act as a female. So transfer of pollen grains from the pale green to the dark green. So in the F1 generation, we are getting all dark green leaved plant. That is, they are showing what is that one ungalku female parental character. The another cross is reciprocal, that is reversed. Dark green leaved plant act as a male is crossed with a pale green leaved plant, that is female plant. The F1 generation which are showing pale green. See, both the generation which are doing some common inheritance means they are showing all are dark green. But the reciprocal reversible reaction is taken place by changing the parental character. We are getting the different combination. One of them, they are expressing the female characteristic feature. The second cross, reciprocal cross also, they are showing the or expressing the female characteristic feature. That is the best example of chloroplast inheritance. Dear students, how this happening? If you are doing the reciprocal cross, that is reversing the parental character, the F1 generation is also expressing the female parental character. How it is taken place. So this kind of inheritance is not possible in the nuclear chromosomal inheritance, but it is taken place in the chloroplast gene found in the ovum of female plant, which contributes the cytoplasm during fertilization. Since the male gamete contribute only the nucleus but not cytoplasm. So dear students, see the conclusion. So the inheritance is not taken place in the nuclear gene. The inheritance is taken place chloroplast gene which is present in the ovum, that means female plant of the chloroplast, which contribute the cytoplasm, that is, which is present in the cytoplasm during fertilization. Since the male gamete, that means male parent, contribute only the nucleus but not the cytoplasm. So that is said to be cytoplasmic inheritance. The chloroplast gene found in the female plant which contributes the cytoplasm, but the male plant is contribute only the nucleus not for the cytoplasm. So that is said to be cytoplasmic inheritance of chloroplast. Dear students, in the previous inheritance, we have seen chloroplast in Mirabilis jalaba. It contains two variegated leaves, dark green and pale green leaves. First, pale green leaves act as a male and pollen is transferred to the female dark green plant. The F1 generation showing the female parental character, that is dark green. When the reciprocal cross, that is the parental characters, are changed or reversed, dark green male plant is crossed with pale green female plant. The F1 generation showing the pale green plant. So both the experiment prove that the F1 generation is denoted by the female parental plant. The conclusion is the inheritance has not taken place from the nucleus of the chromosome. It is taken place the gene which is present in the chloroplast, which has the capacity to produce the cytoplasm, which is present in the ovum of the female plant. That's why the F1 generation or exhibit the female characteristic feature. At the same time, the male plant which are expressing only the nuclear character, that is nucleus character, not for the cytoplasm. So the production of cytoplasm is taken place with the help of female parental plant which contains chloroplast with the gene, so that this inheritance is named as cytoplasmic inheritance. The type is chloroplast inheritance. Next, the another cell organelle is mitochondria, is also showing the inheritance properties. So this was first observed in the Sorghum vulgar, that is maize plant. The Sorghum vulgar plant is named as pearl maize, which are showing the male sterility. So male sterility means the male reproductive organ unable to take part in the reproduction. Likewise, like chloroplast inheritance, what will happen? They are not a male plant unable to produce the nucleus, isn't it? Sorry, producing the nucleus, not for the cytoplasm. So that it's said to be sterility only, female only, responsible for the inheritance character. Likewise, the male sterility in pearl maize is also observed for mitochondrial inheritance. So that this inheritance is named as cytoplasmic male sterility. So the male sterility is inherited from the maternal, that is female parent. The gene for cytoplasmic male sterility is found in the mitochondrial DNA. The wheat plant, which are having the cytoplasmic region which contains mitochondria. This mitochondria has the DNA with the male sterility. So this maize plant is also two types. One with a normal cytoplasm denoted as an N, which is male fertile. That means it took part in the reproduction with a normal cytoplasm. Another one is the aberrant cytoplasm, S, which act as a male sterile. That means it is not a proper cytoplasm. So they are unable to reproduce. That means unable to take part in the reproduction. That is said to be male sterile. So these type also exhibit the reciprocal crosses shown in the Mirabilis jalaba. Dear students, see the parental character. First one, plant with normal cytoplasm, that is capital N, act as a male parent. Then plant with aberrant cytoplasm, that is S, denoted as an female. That means the male sterile. So which one is acting? So stigma with gynoecium only activated. So the male sex organ is also present in the same flower, but that male flower is sterile. So the transfer of pollen grains is taken place from the normal cytoplasm plant to the aberrant cytoplasm female. That is the first one. So all the F1, they produce the male sterile plant. See that one. They are also denoting the female parental character. In the second reciprocal cross, plant with aberrant cytoplasm, it cannot be male, but since pollen are, what is that one? Sterile, I told you. They do not take part in the reproduction, but it is not a male plant. That is, it is a female. Second one is crossed with a normal cytoplasm. It can be female. That is N. So when the reciprocal cross has taken place, there is no possible cross occur between the parents. That is, crosses not possible when you are doing the reciprocal crosses. So that is the mitochondrial inheritance. See the diagram. First one is the cellular explanation of variegated phenotype of leaves in Mirabilis jalaba. That is the variegated leaf, dark leaved. Another one is the pale green color. See the chloroplast, all white chloroplast. Second one is the nucleus chloroplast. There are two types of chloroplast, that is green colored. Another one is the white chloroplast. Or all are, what is that in ungalukku? Green chloroplast. So this is the variable type of leaves which is present in the Mirabilis jalapa, showing the variability of the leaves which is present in the plant Mirabilis jalapa. Dear students, recently some of the scientists discovered that cytoplasmic genetic male sterility is common in most of the species. So the sterility is maintained by both nuclear and cytoplasmic genes. There are commonly two types of genes. One is the normal cytoplasm N, another one is the aberrant cytoplasm S, that is sterile. So all the species which are having two types of cytoplasm, one is the normal cytoplasm N, another one is the aberrant cytoplasm, that is sterile S. There are also restores of fertility. So these two common types of cytoplasm, which is denoted by the genes which is present in the mitochondria. So these genes is also restores the fertility of the gene, that is RF gene, fertility. Restore of fertility, that is denoted as an RF gene. Even though these RF genes are nuclear genes. They are clearly distinct from, that is varies from genetic male sterility genes of other plant. Because the restore of F gene, fertility gene, do not have any expression of its own unless the sterile cytoplasm is present. If there is no sterile cytoplasm, means there is no restore of fertility gene activation. So, the RF gene do not have any expression of its own. If the plant which contains sterile cytoplasm, means the RF gene expressed its character. So, the RF gene is required to restore the fertility character with the help of S cytoplasm, which is responsible for sterility. So, S cytoplasm, sterile cytoplasm only responsible for the sterility. At that time only, the RF gene, that is restore fertility gene, has the capacity to express their characteristic feature. So, this was the recent invention made by the different scientists, that male sterility is common in most of the plant species. It is maintained by both nuclear and cytoplasmic region. The cytoplasm is two types, that is normal gene and sterile gene. And also they are having the RF gene in both cytoplasm, normal cytoplasm and sterile cytoplasm. So this process is common in nuclear genes. And also they are showing different genetic variation of male sterility from the other plants, because it contains the restore of fertility gene, which is present in the normal and sterile cytoplasm. But the expression of the RF gene is depending upon the S cytoplasm, that is sterile cytoplasm present in the plant. Because the sterile cytoplasm only responsible of the male sterility. If the F cytoplasm present in the plant body, means at that time only the RF gene is expressed its own character, that is restore the fertility character. That is the best example of mitochondrial and cytoplasmic inheritance. Dear students, the crosses also given here, that is normal cytoplasm with a sterile cytoplasm. Normal cytoplasm which contains the allele RF and RF, that is restore the fertility gene, isn't it? Then the S cytoplasm, sterility, sterile cytoplasm, capital RF and capital RF produces the plant with fertile pollens, while the S cytoplasm with RF produces the male sterile plants, because the S cytoplasm with the alleles of small RF, and RF means recessive, so it makes the male sterile plants. See the first one, fertile male with a normal cytoplasm and sterile female, that is denoted as in capital R. So the F1 generation are sterile, that is S with RF and RF. So the fertile male due to restorer the gene. In the second cross, fertile male is crossed with S female, they are getting RF with S, sterile male due to the absence of restorer gene, that is capital R is absent, isn't it? So that they are unable to restore the fertility character. So the second cross which are showing the sterile male. But first one, they are having the restore fertility gene which is expressed in the F1 generation in the sterile cytoplasm. So they are named as fertile male. That means the male plant can able to produce the pollen grains. That is said to be fertile male. Sterile male means they are unable to produce the pollen grains, and also they do not take part in the reproduction due to the absence of restorer gene in the sterile cytoplasm. That is the another example of cytoplasmic genetic male sterility inheritance in some of the plants. So these are all the different cytoplasmic inheritance, proving that other than the nucleus DNA, the chloroplast DNA and mitochondrial DNA is also responsible for the inheritance character. That is said to be cytoplasmic inheritance. Then the last topic of this lesson is atavism. So what is atavism? One of the ancestral character is expressed, that means the character which is lost for the previous generation, that should be expressed in one of the generation, which proves the evolutionary sequence. That is said to be atavism. Atavism is a modification of biological structure whereby an ancestral trait, that means முன்னோர் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, ancestral trait or a character reappears after having been lost through evolutionary changes in the previous generation. So in the previous generation, one of the generation having the special character, that character have been lost for previous generation. That lost character should be expressed in one of the generation, means that is said to be atavism. So this evolutionary trait have been disappeared phenotypically, do not necessarily disappear from an organism of DNA. That means the character which is disappeared in the external morphological character only, but it should be present in the chromosome of DNA. So these gene sequence remain same in the DNA, but they are inactive. Such an unused gene may remain in the genome for many generations. That means they are hidden in the DNA, they are not expressed the characteristic feature, and also they are inactive. But suddenly, in one of the generation, the lost character of previous generation is expressed in the present generation. That is said to be atavism. See, as long as the gene remains intact, that is, which is remains in the same DNA, which cause certain fault in the genetic control, suppressing the gene can lead to the reappearance of that character again. So due to the suppression of gene which is present in the DNA and also inactiveness, so the genetic control suppressing the gene can lead to the reappearance of the character in one of the generation. That is said to be atavism. So the example of atavism is the flowering plant of Hierarchium Pisocella is the best example of atavism in plants. So dear students, this is atavism is the important 2-mark question. You have to write the answer. Atavism is the modification of a biological structure whereby an ancestral trait reappears after having been lost through evolutionary changes in the previous generation. The example is Hierarchium pisocella. Dear students, up to this, the second lesson is over. I hope you all understood what is cytoplasmic inheritance, chloroplast inheritance, and mitochondrial inheritance, and also atavism. Up to this, I conclude my video. Remaining, we will see in the next class with a new lesson. God bless you. All the best, children.